Hello, my name is Adrian Marks and we're here at Bellis Brothers Farm Shop and Garden Centre, and we're situated in Wrexham in the northeast of Wales. We're a family-run independent company and have been since 1860. So from initially as farmers, we've diversified over the last 20 years into a farm shop, butchers, garden centre and cafe. This has meant we've got a better offering to our customers. COVID came with many challenges, but positives being we were pushed to the forefront of the community's minds once again. People were unwilling to go to supermarkets, shop local, wanted local, and therefore we were able to push that to our benefit and to the communities. Positives of being able to go from farm to farm shop instantaneously is that the consumer is getting absolute freshest produce that they can get, much fresher than the supermarkets, and hopefully this will transform consumers' way of thinking moving forward.
Hello, my name's Rick Kenwood. My wife and I own a company called Clare, Austin and Hardy Plants. We specialise in mail order perennial garden plants that we send through couriers to private individuals. We're e-commerce based, generally don't open to the public, and we're based in Sy'n, Powys. We've found a phenomenal growth during the period of COVID in sales, and as a result, after retaining the initial team, we've now had to add extra staff members as part of the team to cope with the demand. Because of COVID, we've had to look at our business model, and we've changed now from having a retail outlet to looking at opening the nursery more on open days and doing some retail sales from the site here. We're finding the growth in the internet sales or e-commerce has been phenomenal. As a result of that, we've had to bring extra people into the office and invest in office equipment to cope with the demand. I think the internet definitely is a continuing area of growth and will be for the future.
So we diversified into pumpkins about 4 years ago when we went from growing 3,000 to 40,000 pumpkins, as you see behind me. It's been incredibly popular with families and young children, and it brings another dimension to the farm in a time of the year when not a lot is going on. So we're looking forward to Pick Your Own this year as a safe, socially distanced family activity to be able to do in these uncertain times. Fresh air, space, it couldn't be safer.
Because of the increase in demand, we found that we've had to invest a lot in packing materials. The lead times have been phenomenal, have really blown out from sort of a 2-week turnaround to a 7-week turnaround. The increased costs in addition have made it really hard to forward plan, and as a result we've had to sort of more or less stockpile to make sure that we've got sufficient supplies to keep up with the demand. We're finding the demographics of our customers changed, and we're now attracting a lot of younger people. As a result, they're happier to buy through the internet, not necessarily in person, and also they hold us accountable for our environmental impact and how we go about our business. We've been in business about 20 years, and during that time we've always tried to employ local people, support the local economy by using suppliers that are local, and generally doing our bit to help the community around us. We're fortunate that we employ 3 people that live probably within a 1.5 mile radius of the nursery, and all the other staff are from a very close proximity.
I myself came from a different sector, took a career change to come into the horticulture and agricultural areas. I do feel it is a problem that we're going to have moving forward, where a lot of the experience is with the older generation, and the younger generation isn't coming through maybe as quick as we would like. With the help of Tyfu though, they do help with a lot of training, and that has helped us get unskilled to skilled a lot quicker. I believe the future for farming is in farm tourism. making farms a destination for people to come to enjoy the outdoors, to see the beautiful scenery Wales has to offer and to enjoy its fresh produce, I really do believe is the future for Welsh farming. I believe education and the experience that farms can offer is invaluable, and so many people grow up not knowing where food comes from and how it's grown, and we can really be the forerunners in doing this and educating people.
Whether it's ornamental or horticulture or it's vegetables, getting people outside into the fresh air, undertaking exercise is fantastic for everybody's mental well-being. I think it just perks everybody up. I think the future for horticulture in Wales is fantastic. I think there's a lot to be done. It's a growing market and I would like to see people embrace it. I'd like to see more locally grown produce, and I'd like to see some support from the government to encourage other people into the industry, create more jobs and drive the whole horticultural industry forward.
Horticulture in Wales, I do believe, has a fantastic future. We're one of the most beautiful countries in the world, and getting people out onto farms, getting them into horticulture, into growing, into local buying is incredibly important. And I believe that the Welsh horticultural industry has a very, very strong future.